You just had to start, to be honest.
Yeah, so good. All right. Welcome, viewers. This is the official first episode of the Justify Your Existence YouTube channel. Our purpose is to discuss important topics and concepts that appeal to young people, and hopefully, through our videos, you'll be motivated to be a better person. My name is Jamal, and this is my co-host, Mr. Montut. Say hi.
All right.
Raise up the mic there. Yes,
Good day.
Yeah. Right? So to start us off, what does justifying your existence look like to you, sir?
Justifying your existence. All right. So when you talk about justifying, you're trying to like give something a valid reason for why it is what it is. So justifying your existence, you're trying to give a meaning to it. It feels like that's what it feels like to me. You're trying to give a meaning.
Try to give a meaning to your life.
Your existence.
Yeah. And that's the same what is the market for? That's the same message I would get from it as well now. To justify your existence, to give your life meaning and things. Because throughout life, all of us are really searching for the reason why we are alive. Something more important now. Especially like when you watch Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You just start off with your basic needs and things like you need air, water, them kind of thing. Then you just go up a level. Then you need safety, shelter. And you just go up a level. And at the final level is self-actualization. And at that self-actualization level, that is when you decide, alright, I want to justify my existence. That is where I want to give it meaning and such. And with the way society reach right now, more and more people, you don't really worry about the little things. You don't really be like, oh, a bear's going to kill me when I'm coming out my house today. You know, them worries that seem minor now to us. We don't really think about immediate death as much. So that is where the concerns of the young people now is more finding oneself and making oneself a more valuable person in society, I would say.
Yeah, and so, alright, so the thing with that is, because we don't have that pressure of, okay, I'm hungry, I don't know what I'm going to eat tomorrow, I don't have like all those things. From what I see at it, what tends to happen now is that people go through more mental health, depression, anxiety, because all of a sudden they don't have this load of a meaning. Because what happened at those lower levels of the Maslow's hierarchy, the meaning is I to get food for tomorrow, I to get food for my children, I'm hungry.
Yeah, without external factors.
Right. So what has happened without that weight to lift, that weight on your shoulder, you have nothing to kind of live for, no kind of meaning. Like you don't have that. We had to work to get something to eat and all that kind of stuff. People tend to go through this anxiety and depression and all that stuff. That's why I hear so much about mental health, I think.
Yeah.
The lack of meaning.
And I agree on say, because when the world doesn't give you meaning and then you have to find it yourself, it has become an arduous journey, I would say. Because especially when you're growing up and you just know, alright, my parents still told me what to do. Alright, my teachers told me what to do. This is your life path. Okay, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be this. What you like to do? What you truly want, I think, you doesn't understand it until you reach at a higher age and a higher wisdom level.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You wouldn't know. You need experience. And I think when you go through experiences, you find out who you are. You find out what inside. Because that's the only way to get out what inside is you had to go through hard stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where it almost comes into a detriment too, because we are thankful for our parents. I got purpose by saying this. However, the more parents try to be like, okay, I'm going to make sure my child doesn't go through what I went through. You're depriving them of character. Because the reason you became what you are is because you went through A, B, C, D, and you ended up
right.
at that level.
And you had to overcome certain things. So that's some as tell people other times. You just have to you have to let people, you can't take away like work and like strife from people or like difficulty because you're seeing them into a child now.
Right.
You can't take away responsibilities or you're still turn them into a child.
And a child can't make a choice.
Right.
You had to constantly be guiding a child. Like I send a child out into the world now. Alright, he's 18, go out and do what you want. No, they were woefully unprepared.
Yeah. And you'll see consequences for that because they won't have the good decision making processes and everything.
Right. So they don't have the ability to process things and think about it clearly and in an analytical manner. But you still expect them to make them choices.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because when you reach 18, no matter what your intelligence level, you are permitted to vote. You can choose who the leader of your country is, provided you don't believe in corruption in the voting system.
Yeah. But and that's a heavy responsibility. That's a whole
other kettle of fish. But when you really think about certain things you are capable of doing when you reach them ages, you just have people's lives literally within your hands. When you reach an age of capability of driving, and then you acquire a car, you are then in charge of your life on the road, and it could also be affecting other people's lives. It's not you alone driving. When you make a bad drive, try to overtake someone, and you miss average, you could kill an entire family.
Yeah. I think that might be the definition of maturity, is understanding that you affect other people.
Right.
And it's not just your life, it's a whole, like you in a network of people. It's not just you alone.
And that's a very important thing, I feel. And that is, I can't segue this back into justifying your existence. Because within finding meaning, I think you only truly find fulfilling meaning when you view it from the lens of affecting not only yourself but also affecting others. Let me draw an example here. For example, a cleaner. By most people's standards, it doesn't watch it as them justifying their existence. But sometimes cleaners might be the happiest people in a room. They feel fulfilled. Why? Because they found value within their job. I spoke to a cleaner that time when I was younger. I was like, why you just be so happy and thing? And she relayed, no, well, at the end of the day, she does find happiness in her job by knowing that she clean up after churn and thing, and she really enjoys being around churn, and she know that she creating a difference in the world by doing that. And sometimes there'll be the little wins too, knowing that she helping out other people brought her happiness. And I feel that there are many jobs where if you realize how much you're affecting people in a positive manner, you just be able to find meaning in that.
Yeah, when you have a purpose. And because the thing is, she feel like she have a purpose. She feel like she impacting and she making a change for the positive. So it is meaning, it is purpose. Even though to people it might seem insignificant, but I think that's meaning and that's purpose. Impacting people's lives.
And then it's scale too. I recently watched a video by Gary Vaynerchuk, right?
Yeah, Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, Vaynerchuk, right. So properly. And he was talking to a young lady, and she was a fan of his, as normally they are. And so she was like, she can't wait to see him again when she's actually somebody. And he was like, you're somebody now. And something about that just resonated with me now. But like, she not finding value in her actions and who she is at this point because she don't think she have enough fame. She don't think she have enough money. It coming from a place of lack. And plenty times when people describe themselves as come from a place of lack, I'm not enough. But you could do things now as simple as a smile. Some people doesn't realize smiling at a worker at a fast food restaurant. You might brighten their day. They might now go on and serve 100 customers with a smile. Your one action just save 100 people there. And you doesn't see that.
And you can have that butterfly effect of that ripple effect. You just do one small thing and it just kind of ripple out. There's no where the dominoes would fall now.
Because it's a network. All of us are interconnected.
That I think if everybody realized that, and in your everyday life, you don't really picture that okay, all these connections really are connected, in all your relationships. Something that I realize when other people might realize this too, when you lose someone, like let's say a grandparent died or someone close to you died. Um, how I picture it or how I see it in my mind is it have this big gaping hole now. Every time your mind cross them, like it have all the different connections, but when you reach to them, it have this big empty space now. And it's like a node that burned out. It had nothing there now, and you're trying to just. It's like you're trying to fill it, but you can't fill it with anything because the person gone.
Yeah, the person gone. You can't really.
So it's like a node missing now, and you try to build around that. You never replace it, but you kind of just get a new normal now. You have to readjust, and that's what it is. It's different people as nodes in your life. I think that's how we just kind of think too and react, but it's nodes. Is a network.
Yeah. And I understand that point. And it's seriously a shame that we was only really, because what the example is, you only notice it when the node missing. Yeah, because that's a shame. You shouldn't only notice the value of things when they're gone, especially people like your grandparents and your parents and things.
Yeah.
Those are the originators. Without them, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like the tough part.
Yeah. And I could understand if people, they wouldn't like that, given, like, let's say their grandparents or their parents was abusive or the relationship with them wasn't good. They wouldn't like to think that they come from that, but that's
it's the reality. The fact of the matter is that biologically you come from them. Not justifying the actions, but you come from them in reality.
Yeah. And that could be a goal or a mission, a way to justify existence despite that whoever the past is, if you had a bad past with your family and that kind of stuff, you could, despite that, give meaning, have some kind of meaning or purpose.
And that'll be some of the most motivational stories when you hear like a hero started from nothing or even less than nothing, and you're like, oh well, they came to be this, that, and that amount of drive that they had, and that'll be meaningful in itself to conquer those kinds of obstacles.
Yeah, well, I think so. The how of justifying your existence, I think having a goal, a big goal, is a part of that. So that's like the hero stories. All of them have some kind of goal. It either came the way or they just decided to have it from because of something they experienced. They have a goal in mind and they're chasing after it. And we're watching that journey and I'm trying to reach it.
And one of the most interesting things I used to find out about the hero's journey is that everybody does laugh. Everybody does laugh when they start, but let's have a point. Because you as a viewer, you watching it and you're like, no, that sounded lofty too, but you're not in the world. You just know from the person's perspective. And you're like, yeah, you cheering them on from the start, because you're on their side. And at a certain point in most stories, let's have a switch. Where you'll be like, wait. Like to draw reference from anime. When Naruto was like, when he saved the village from pain, I was like, this man can become Hokage.
It reached the point of where, okay, we now seeing what this person was seeing in the self.
For all them years.
This person was seeing something in the self, but it's trying to make something in the self real. And we wasn't seeing it all the time, but now they kind of bring it up at certain points a little bit, and we now seeing it. So now we get behind them.
Yeah. Because I was saying like the round of applause was only happen after the action.
Okay, I never hear that. That's
No, that Jeremy special I come over today.
Okay. That's a good one. A goal is that might be the starting block for justifying your existence.
And try to make it as big as possible. As big as possible. Like if you're gonna aim for something, you might as well aim for the highest possible good.
Yeah. And you do it daily.
Exactly, you do it daily.
Yeah. It's be like you're trying to get this kind of high level, okay, this big goal, and then but you're also trying to do it every day Like the little things every day.
Yeah, because that
Two
is
things pulling.
that does keep you disciplined. Because when you say, for example, your high level goal is like let's say like in track and field, like say your high level goal is I'm going to be faster than Usain Bolt. But when you break that down small, I could say, all right, I'm going to increase my time by 1 second, by half a second, by a couple milliseconds. The higher you get, so you can still see progression. Because you wouldn't feel like disheartened that you're not faster than Usain yet, but you know that you're making progress towards it.
Yeah, I think progress towards your goal is giving motivation. I remember hearing I think Jordan Peterson was describing like how our motivational kind of systems does work. Like if you have a goal, like how our mind does work to reach the goal. Every time you think that you're moving towards positively towards that direction of the goal, that a goal that you set, you get motivation. It has that dopamine thing happen, that dopamine hits, whatever the networks are in your brain, and you get that motivation. You feel happy, you feel good that you're moving towards the goal.
So another thing you could utilize, because no dopamine generally does get a bad rap because we are normally associated with things like addictions and things. But you could utilize those same chemical processes in your brain to generate a positive outcome.
Yeah, it's how you use it. It's everything in your body there for a reason. That's how you use it.
Because when I was further back in like the prehistoric times and things, it had to have a reason why that you had the adaptation. Natural selection dictates that every adaptation in your body has a purpose. It had a reason why it stayed there for so many years.
Yeah, it have, your hand there to use to grab things. It just
and the humans that couldn't grab things, they couldn't throw things, so that means they couldn't catch the game, you know? You're making adaptations to the scenario. And as much as we hate certain like mental illnesses and things, it might have a reason why the day. You don't think so?
Well, yeah. It seemed like I remember I was thinking about this at some point in time.
Because I just wonder, because I think it have like a biological aspect to mental illness too, because some mental illnesses does almost seem hereditary. And even smaller example like seasonal depression. So you just get seasonal depression like when it's cold.
Right. When it go from like average winter and stuff like that. Right.
So now you're like you can even watch that as like, because I'm cold and because I'm no longer around people, I'm feeling depressed. But normally when you feel negative things, the mentality should be try to solve those things. So if you're feeling cold and you're feeling lonely, seek heat and seek companionship in those times. That's why most of the time during the winter time and thing, you have get-togethers like Christmas, school. At times it have like Thanksgiving and thing. So at those points, like I want to be around people even more.
Right.
To solve that problem.
It's not by accident.
Right.
We get this signal to seek for people, seek warmth, seek people, seek togetherness, that kind of thing. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forget. I think a lot of times we get signaling from our emotions and stuff, and you have to pay attention to it. It'll tell you if something get you angry. It'll tell you it have a reason why you're getting angry. It's because this thing in your way, so it's frustrating you and you wanna push through it because you have a goal, but this thing in your way of the goal. So it's telling you, okay, something in your way, you have to do something together, like, and it kind of giving you the juices to do that. The adrenaline sort of pump up.
Because when emotions happen, you get into high emotional states, like anger and stress and things. It's almost the same aspects of like excitement and thing, that readiness to do an action. It's just how you just mentally process it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That'll be a real tough part. Because like when you watch nervousness and excitement to do a thing, it does almost be the same physiological processes. Like you go and do a speech. I don't know what go happen. It's starting to feel butterflies in your stomach. Your face starting to feel flush. Oh, I don't know if I should go there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
or somebody that come out excited. Oof, I don't know if I'm going out there. I'm feeling excited. I feel warm in my stomach.
Right.
You know, my face feeling flush. I'm smiling. I'm excited.
Yeah. You're feeling jittery and you're ready for it to start. And, you know.
So the way in which you process something could switch it on its head. I think, and if more people like sit down and process properly what they're going through, we'll be much better fit. Because too much times we don't think through our actions properly. Like if we sat down and thought through and processed, less negative things would happen.
I agree with that. But you know, it's a lot of times you don't have the time to sit down and process.
Yeah, but like you.
And learning how to do that like on the fly, like in the moment, deal with this emotion, this coming this way. Okay, see, okay, so receive. Okay, a stimuli trigger emotion. The emotion come up in your mind or wherever. You see it. You process. Okay, this is what this is. This means this and that, and then not react, and then deal with the situation appropriately. All of that is a lot to do in a short period of time.
Yeah, because normally people just think like it's a reflex, like stimuli, reaction.
Yeah.
But that's where you could find value in therapy. Because the thing about therapists is, okay, the thing about good therapists is, right? That does break it down and does explain to you what to do. It's almost like a teacher. So you come to the therapist with your problem. Like, all right, now next time you're feeling a panic attack, pause, analyze what's happening. So essentially, they're making you slow it down. So when those kind of situations happen in your life, you just think back to what the therapist told you. Right. The therapist said, slow down, think about the situation, don't just react. That constant drilling in the back of your mind. Take away therapy from the equation. In the army, when they're training you. Right. Remember, when we go up there, you are going to. That constant programming in your mind. But the tough part is, you just only get that programming for processing after the fact. Regular people don't get that programming. You just go to therapy after something bad has already occurred. And you're only army people going to get that programming for specifically that small amount of the population. So who else you could think you get programming from? Teachers, parents. Parents not spending enough time with the children.
Well, as one if that's true or not. From what I hear, long time how it was. I don't know if long time was better or worse in this, but the children was kind of more out, ran about, and less supervised. The parents were busy doing whatever it is they're doing, working or whatever. But the society was in a way where children could run about and be safe, and they were amongst other children, and they're less supervised. So they're technically, they may have had less interaction with the parents, or the parents who are around less, but they still came out good, I think.
Okay, I think this is going to be the first time we can have a little discourse. So, I feel as I phrased it incorrectly. I don't think it's amount of time, it's more quality of time. Because, for example, something like this, right? When I was younger, all the time, at the end of the day, it would be like half an hour, maybe an hour for a show. We'd get together as a family, we'd talk. When I was young, I don't care how the song, I didn't have no phone. I didn't have a phone that way, so I didn't really have I can scroll on social media while the show playing. You understand? Most of my attention was on what my parents were saying. We could be watching a show, whatever happened on the show, all of us know exactly what happened and we caught up. Somebody might say something. All your attention is now directed on what that person's saying. The amount of attention you directing there, I feel like we lost that later on. And even worse that a couple decades back, where they say you don't have a TV in the household. After all that play with the children outside, when they come back home, just a nice sit down, eat. How was your day? What new you learned today? You think children now, when the father come back from work and the mother come back from work, after they pick them up from school and thing, they go and take that hour and sit down. Technically, everybody in the house.
Yeah.
But are they together?
They're not there. They're not mentally in the same place. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll have to think more to see if I have anything against that, but I don't think so. Because they're mentally not in the same place. They're physically in the same place, but not mentally.
Yeah, attention everywhere else.
Yeah.
Attention everywhere else. See,
yeah.
See, imagine like I see in videos now where like children, you can't have your phone at the dinner table. But no, we just need that. We just need that. And when you do have that, in the absence of that, because everyone needs community. You know, everyone needs community. So we're gonna find the community then. On the internet.
Okay, so all right, so and okay, let me move back. Okay, moving forward from 2024 going forward, but from even from before, we're gonna have community on the internet more. Not less. It's only gonna be more now.
Yeah, it's only gonna be more. You can't work without social media now.
Right. So then, what should happen then? Should it be parents be in that space of them more in the internet to be around the children? How we going? Like, how could that be fixed? You know.
The thing about the internet is, it's freedom.
It's open. It's open.
If an individual is versed enough, it have no parental controls that could stop them from accessing what they want to access.
Yeah.
So I want to say this is the optimism. So I want to say that the improvement that we could look for is the creation of more positive communities. Because too often you just go on the internet and then sometimes it's almost a cesspool of negativity.
Right.
Instead of having like an exchange of ideas, it is turning into more of a shouting match and a insult match and them kind of things. I have an opposing opinion to yours. Oh well, you can't have an opposing opinion. Your opinion is incorrect. And that's it.
Yeah.
No explanation why, no trying to see the other side. Instead of having healthy discourse and debates, it's more like I'm trying to win and not I'm trying for the betterment of everyone.
So how we get alright. How we can get children to be in positive and communities on the internet willingly? Because if it's not willingly, it's just not gonna happen. There's so much freedom on the internet.
And I saw it as get rebels.
Yeah. Because if you look at the gaming side of the internet, it's not children communities there all the time. That's the main communities that children gaming. That's the positive side of getting human interaction, even though has no physical interaction. It's you're talking to people and stuff, you interact with people. But it has a negative side of maybe children or people who have the freedom to say whatever, to say whatever, completely unfiltered. And your children would be in the community with them, being exposed to this person who, they're saying whatever.
Yeah.
Like all kinds of stuff, the most racist thing or the most vulgar curse words or whatever. Because that's just how the gaming community is. can't get rid of that.
Yeah, you'll be on Call of Duty with your friends and and you get a headshot and you respawn and you get a headshot again. Like, oh my god!
Yeah, men trip off, they go crazy and say all kind of stuff. Does it have a way to prevent that? To be in a positive community on the internet? Because you're only gonna have more internet.
Very true. And the thing about relatively negative culture is that it is almost get sensationalized. Because if you go to a party and it was a wholesome party, nothing bad didn't happen, you just gonna be like, "Oh, what's the party?" It was a vibe, chill, no problems, and that gonna be it. They say something bad happened at the party. Bro, how was the party? Boy, you wouldn't believe. Boy, and so them two girls was fighting, and boy, and then police had to break down the party, and boy, it was Project X in real life.
Yeah.
You doesn't hear about the nice wholesome party that everybody came out unscathed and everyone was happy.
Yeah, because it's boring to us.
Yeah.
Uneventful.
Right.
Yeah.
So since you bring up boring and uneventful, the real question is, how do you make good things exciting and eventful?
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
That's the question.
It does make like a good, because if like I say, all right fellas, you go and line on the block. Ting. Yeah, boy, you go and chill. All right fellas, you go and volunteer out of the neighborhood. Boy, you mad?
Yeah. Then you go and
technically we still sliming and thing, you know. That's the unfortunate part about volunteering. It's not cool. I wish volunteering was cool. How we could make things that are good for us cool. Because even branching across from like volunteering, which is like acts of service for your fellow man.
Yeah.
Healthy things. But it does make a child want to eat broccoli and lettuce.
But that's the thing, because it's hard. If you make it desirable, it does end up losing the nutrients that you wanted. Like if you deep fry the spinach or whatever, it's not as healthy now.
Yeah.
So it kind of defeated the purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know if that same analogy applies to like volunteering and helping out the community and stuff like that. Like even saying you want to make volunteering and helping and stuff cool sounds corny and lame, and like it sounds like it feels off,
and
you know.
And saying that means it's inherently uncool, which it shouldn't be. Which it shouldn't be.
I agree. Yeah.
You know what? Do you think volunteering is cool?
I won't use the word cool to describe it, but
okay,
I think it's a good thing to do.
I think it's a good thing to do. So if you heard someone said, "I volunteer," what would you think?
They're a conscious person, like they're aware of their community and
So you would associate positive traits with that.
Yeah, of course.
So now here's where my thought process going. Another person might hear, "Yeah, I volunteer," and the thought process wouldn't be they are conscious and such. It would be that person is boring. They're not gonna go out and line with me and drink with me. They're thinking about the future and I thinking about the now. So instead of let's change the activity to make it cool, let's change the mindset and make you think it's cool. Or to like scrap the word cool on the whole and make you find value in it. Because it have a reason why certain people don't find value in those good things and other people do. Because helping your fellow man is a learned thing. Most things you do are learned things, and then it have an aspect of your own soul and your own initiative, but a lot of things are learned activities. Eating healthy for me, that is a learned activity. That is, I was taught this. That is why I do that. It's a cognitive decision for health because I have both the present and the future in mind.
Right.
If you train people to see the future more, they would make better decisions now.
Yeah, and I think that's generally true. And is it intentional decisions that you're making? Is not happen by accident, or you kind of just flow into it. You have to times make the intention to do it, and then you either form a habit or you get accustomed to it, or something like that.
So then it's circling back to the communities, then it's the same problem.
Yeah, how you is a mindset you have to change with it.
Right.
About it.
How would you go about changing the mindset? And you could change our mindset is, I think, repetitive hammering of the mindset into someone. Because you had a one make someone open to the idea. No matter how good a therapist you are, if someone doesn't want therapy, you can't help them.
You can't help, yeah.
Right.
So you had to want it.
Right. So you had a one, see how well you could generate want. And as someone that exercises and want people to exercise with you, that is not enough.
Yeah.
People just want to be healthy and active, but that desire is not enough.
When I've seen the most response in terms of like with exercising, again, motivating people to exercise, when you actually do it yourself and people see that difference,
yes,
I think that is when you get the most traction. From what I've seen, when I do it, I see it affect other people. I see even when the culture shift a little bit when you came to work with us, us, in terms of it get more fitness of course over time. There's over a few months, the culture is affected by your genuine desire and passion for fitness and your goals. It affected the culture in general, and so I think that's how you actually affect. I don't know how you're doing it with volunteering and community, but I think that's one way you could make something cool or get people on a trend. You kind of lead in that fashion. You kind of lead by example. I know that's what people say, but
that is what some of the greatest leaders just do as well.
You had to actually be in it.
Because if, for example, you run an organization and you say, well, the rules of my organization are 1, 2, 3, 4, and you break rule 4, you don't seem authentic. It's disingenuous of you to be like, this is the right thing to do, and you know what the right thing to do is, and yet you don't do it.
Yeah, you want to see a person actually doing the thing.
Right.
Actually, they're actually representing that, if it's fitness or if it's integrity or whatever the thing is for that, wherever your goal is. You want to see a person representing that. Yeah.
Maybe a perfect thing, I guess. Right, and that is why the culture shift. Because to be honest with you, I can't see a culture shift when I created it now. But
so I have the context of being there.
Because I
I think it's easier to affect the fellas with the fitness. I saw the effect it had on them. Even the challenge and all that stuff that we do.
Push-ups and things.
Yeah. So it affected the fellas, but also affect the women because it wasn't going to the gym before.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can cover up. Did you approach them to go to the gym, or they come to you?
The thing about going to the gym, I just never approach anybody. Right? Because everybody does always be like, oh, you just go to the gym? Yeah. I could come with you?
Right.
And I just try to keep this welcoming energy that, alright, once you want to go, I'll go with you.
Right.
I just be going anyway. It's nothing for you to come with me.
Right.
And you're saying like it affect. One thing I notice about exercise specifically, and I don't know if like this is just my experience, fellas want to exercise, but more women does take it seriously in my experience.
True.
Yeah, and it does be kind of confusing to me because, like, for example, right? So when I first come in, the first person I ever went to the gym with me was me, right? And we went first week, nice. Second week, all right, good. Now the shifts start to clash. I give you a workout plan because every time I could be with you, I'm not your personal trainer, you're not paying me. I'm not gonna dock my actual job to be available for you to exercise and I'm not getting compensated. So then it comes to that. And then they fell off immediately, right? Then like other fellas and thing in the village where I live, they would say, yeah, I want to go to the gym with you whenever you're free, thing. Date, time, when you're ready, something always pops up. The chances of something popping up once, twice, 3 times, all right, 8?
Yeah. You're not serious about it.
You're right.
Yeah.
But now, when I view women throughout my life, like in school, I used to go by a girl house on a consistent basis. She exercising and thing. My current co-worker, you know what I'm referring to, she, like for a whole month we didn't exercise together. As soon as she jump back on the wagon, when you're free, thing, log back in.
Right.
I would get them like workout plans and things that actively do it and things. So I don't know what that is, but in my experience, it's true now. But I don't know. I'm looking for a reason why. Because it's not free time.
Right.
Because the free time is relatively the same.
Maybe it's when they get into it and like they have a system that they're working with, it's easy to stay within the system following those beats. Maybe I don't know.
But the thing is, the thing that I'm wondering is because both the males and the females would exercise with me, but the outcome would be different. And I'm thinking why the outcome would be different with all of that things staying the same, because the same me and it's almost relatively be the same process. You would exercise with me a couple of times and thing. I will give you a plan, you understand, and then follow through.
Right.
But like why? Because it's not to say that it have all females immediately does sort of thing. That is not the case. It does always have those that go exercise and thing, and it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
But more successful females through the process than males. It make me wonder if it have something. Okay. Let me land. Appearance. I feel like it's appearance based. Because thinking back on it, the men would start, and as soon as they get results, and a person of the opposite sex compliments them, they'd stop.
Yeah, okay.
They'd stop, right? I realize that correlation. As soon as they get a compliment by opposite sex, they'd stop. But like with the woman, that doesn't necessarily always be the case because they're accustomed getting compliments on the opposite sex. So that means they're coming from a different place. Because whether they will get compliments on the opposite sex at the starting point and the end point. The only difference is they might get a little bit more at the end point.
Right.
But your reason for starting might be different. If your reason for starting is health, that can continuously be a thing. You can continuously want your health to be good.
Yeah, I think
so. The reason for
that makes sense.
Especially at the ages too, because I working with like teenage boys. As soon as them see one bicep vein and abs, and that is it.
Yeah.
After 2 months, like, all right,
I can't.
I
can't really. I've been there.
Yeah. So that one bird see you playing on the football field and oh my gosh, Justin, you look so handsome.
Justin. Yeah.
Oh
You say, all right,
god.
reach. And
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what
yeah. That's it. So that,
yeah.
and that's probably why I stuck with it so long. I realizing too.
Right. You
Because
know.
for me, it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
the chase of compliments from other people. Because I was get them,
Right.
right? Not a song arrogant, but I was get them.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not my pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because justifying your existence
Hopefully they
on
can pick
the
it up.
Jews, yeah, I hope the camera pick it up. I hope the camera pick it up. Justifying your existence, somebody
Yeah.
justifying your existence in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
it has carried myself to the fitness aspect. Now, I want to make me better
Mm-hmm.
so I can show people the way to make themselves better,
Right.
health wise.
Mm-hmm.
And like the higher purpose is what has keep me going in my mind. I feel like people that has hammer these things, like anything you do for hundreds of hours in your life,
Mm-hmm.
it had to be more than just I wanted a compliment from another person.
Right. Yeah.
You had to be getting more inherent value
Right. Something
than
more
just that.
from the inside. Yeah.
Right.
Appealing to.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is you just can't teach that.
Right.
Can you?
Yeah. I don't know.
I,
don't think a teacher.
I just feel like a sense of meaning, like accomplishment in that way,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really, it's not as easily replicable, I would say. Because the amount of time you had to put in and thing. Because the goal is so lofty.
Yeah. Huh.
Because the best thing about drugs is that you just get that level of high
Right.
for relatively
the
nothing.
psychedelic kind of drugs that
Right.
make you think about stuff deeper.
Right.
Right. Think about meaning and think about life.
Right.
Yeah. The more, I guess, meditative types or introspective types.
Right.
Yeah.
So those type of drugs.
Yeah.
And that is not really these drugs.
Well, what's also work, it seems a lot, is near death experiences when people get, yeah. Or I know, well,
You know
to
what?
go dark or if we go dark, but
No, we could go dark
like people
because
who,
life is dark.
God forbid, they get cancer or something,
Mm-hmm.
or some kind of terminal illness, people change
Yeah.
because they, I guess, when it does, what has happened is put things into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You say, all right, these things are the things that matter, these things do matter, and you
Yeah.
operate accordingly.
See, and if you could only access that while still healthy, it does be like a superpower.
Yeah, yeah.
Because all of a sudden everything has become clear.
Mm-hmm.
People is constantly being like, I need to do more, I need to do more, I need to do more. Sometimes you just need to sit back and think about what specific actions more important than the others. What you value more than anything else.
Clarity. You need to get clarity.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like certain people all of a sudden they had a bout of unhealthiness and they decide to write a book. And they're like, yeah, let me just relay share my memoirs. If for anybody else that might be going through this, let them feel a sense of belonging through it.
Yeah.
And that's powerful. That's powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
Books are wonderful.
Yeah, I should read more. Yeah, I should read more books.
That was one of them things that like reading does be like everybody's be like I should read more.
Yeah.
I've never hear anyone said I should read less.
It has a lot of wisdom out there, out of experiences that you could get a lot from.
Okay.
Or you could listen to them audiobooks and stuff.
Yeah. But the thing about audiobooks I feel like is a slippery slope because I like them, but it's had the downside of my attention has been split. So I have the tendency to listen to audiobooks when I'm already doing another activity. So let's say I'm washing clothes or washing wares. I would have it playing and not fully focused on the topic at hand. So I feel like I'm not getting the complete picture. Because you ever like read a book and like you're like, wait, like you read like the same line like 3 times and you feel like you didn't get. Right.
Yeah.
I feel like an audiobook is like that, but you don't get to reread it.
Right. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. When you read it, you can't do something else and read.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you can do something else and read. You have to pay attention to what you're reading. Reading through the book. And yeah, you have to pay more attention, you absorb. That's all. Yeah. So, you have to make volunteering cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think doing it and look good while doing it. I think that's probably the way. That's how I believe that's how a lot of fashion trends happen. Somebody doing something in a cool way.
Yeah.
And then the clothes, whatever they're doing, does become cool. Whatever they wearing becomes cool.
Because for example, like a fashion brand like Gucci, they give celebrities free things.
Yeah.
Just so somebody be like, you wouldn't believe what Kim Kardashian.
Right.
What?
The association the brand with the person.
Right. And even like smaller with like streamers and YouTubers and such. When they bring out a merch line, you're associated to the brand. Is the branding not important? You associate your brand with certain values and then you just bring in people that align with those values.
So you're trying to associate volunteer work, community building, stuff like that with being cool. Or yeah, I don't even like. I don't like the word cool.
Yeah. I don't like it either.
But again, the idea. It gives the idea.
Yeah. Because, for example, like someone I find very respectable is David Goggins. When you hear David Goggins' story, the amount of obstacles he conquered, who's gonna carry the boats?
Yeah.
And every time I hear it, I just feel like, okay, we gotta have to go and deadlift 400 pounds now.
Because like even that clip, that question, so like it's like somebody had to do it. Who can step up to the responsibility?
Yeah, and it just hyping yourself up like I'm going to be that person.
Yeah.
And there's so much value in that. So much value in the world wanted someone and you said you'd be that person.
Yeah.
So much power in that. That is what a leader is. Everybody cried out for leadership and you said I'll lead.
Yep. That's what leadership is. That's a good definition for leadership.
That just amazing.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. That's
what would need to be done for community development and
because everybody have problems and things. It's just nobody wants to step up and be that person because leadership doesn't, just like we're doing everything good as we talk in the start, it doesn't get the round of applause until after the action.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going through days, months, years of no one patting you on the back, no one believing in you. Nobody can see a vision.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell people a vision that don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
No doors are gonna be open for you.
Yeah.
But you have to know within yourself that you're justifying your existence, you believe in what you're doing, and you're not gonna stop doing it. Your inherent purpose is to do that thing.
You have to know your purpose.
Yeah, you have to know your purpose. And you can't know your purpose unless you know yourself.
Knowing yourself is not easy to do. It's a process.
Nothing you're talking about right now easy to do. Because it doesn't be a build up, it's a build up.
Yeah.
You just need to ask yourself a lot of questions. And through my experience, I realized that anecdotally, I only found those answers in silence. I can't find myself when I'm listening to everybody else. And I hear that somewhere, but I can't remember where I hear it.
Yeah.
But I hear that somewhere before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It has too much. There are too much opinions and perspectives out there. You have to get silence so you can
Right.
get your own opinion of yourself and your own perspective on yourself.
And that's where I just find a lot of value in writing as well. Because to think about something and then put it into action, physically write it down. You could go back on it, you could read it.
Yeah. It
internalize it properly. Yeah.
It's crazy how actually physically writing your thoughts, it does organize stuff and put them in proper neat rows and stuff inside your head.
Yeah.
It's very useful, I find.
And like some people, it mightn't even be writing, it could be speaking. It could be creating art.
Yeah.
It could be so many things. Just is going through the process of organizing your thoughts. You just can't do it when you're not alone.
Yeah. I think and well, we have less alone time now. I think because of the phones and
and
you always have access to people.
And people have FOMO too. The fear of missing out.
Yeah.
It have that like meme where you stay home from one day at school and like it's here like it had two fights. Free somebody come and shout free fried chicken.
You miss out on everything.
So much activities happen. On the one day that I was near, I guess I gotta be here all the time. Like that is not the case.
Yeah.
As the world is a network, it also would continue whether you're here or not. There's no problem for it. Take a little bit of time and realize what impact you want to have and then re-enter the network.
Wise words. Yeah.
The pursuit of wisdom, man. Pursuit of wisdom. I remember when I was young, I used to always wish to be older.
Yeah. You want to be the freedom or the ability to do stuff.
Yeah.
You want to be access to different things.
And the older I get, the more I realize your back had to get broad. Your back had to get broad to do this.
Yeah, responsibilities that come. Responsibilities come.
Yeah. Especially with the type of person you would become to. Is it have people that just run from the responsibilities as adults, and that is where I just feel like we just had to tweak definitions a little bit. Like adult, what is that? Someone who's past the legal age.
Yeah. To me, adults seem like the more scientific definition of physiological stage. Like if you reach past this age, you're fully mature, at least physically. So now you're an adult.
Yeah, an adult.
But it's how different ways to look at it.
Because you never actually mature.
Yeah.
You could be a biological adult but not be mature.
Yeah, I think it has passive maturing that just happen without you doing anything. Your voice just get deeper, you then work to get your voice deeper, you get deeper, you get muscles more easily. Just so, because your body does just do that. But it has a lot of different maturing and growing up that you have to do consciously and decide, okay, well, I'm gonna go through this thing because it's difficult to do, but I need to learn some things so I could grow, make an impact in different places.
And that talent too, like it does almost feel like that when you get something and you don't feel like you have to put effort towards it, you just value it less.
Yeah.
With like the deep voice and the gain in our muscles and thing. You just value it less when it was easy to get.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was easy to get, so plenty times you just try to just repeat that process.
Yeah, well, you don't have control of that process, it just happened.
Yeah, well, the growing up part, but I mean like with other things, nah. For example, like what's like a cheap way to get happiness?
A cheap way to get happiness.
Yeah. No, in fact, let me broaden it a little bit. A cheap way to get positive emotions. Right, let me leave it a little vague. A cheap way to get positive emotions.
Just eating something. When people have problem with eating, emotional
Right.
eating,
Right.
or cigarettes or
Emotional eating.
something.
If you're feeling a little bad,
Yeah.
wait, I'm so sad, thing. I just gotta need something. So
Mhm.
let's say the reason why you're feeling bad is because you have no money. And you went out and spent more money to buy some food to make yourself feel better. You're basically digging a hole while you're already in one.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like, the cheapest way is not the best way, and like, you're inherently valuing it less. So difficulty should be the better way to get your positive emotions, I would say. Find more value in difficulty than easy pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is one. Have a lot of things that good with now today being in 2024. But it has a lot of good things in the past. I think some of the good things was having to go through a long process to get something. Like, not having a microwave where you can press a button and your food heat up. Instead you would have to go through a whole process to make sure your food warm or heated. Yeah. It's instant gratification or delayed gratification rather. Experiencing that delayed gratification more often. Um, that helps us a lot. Yeah.
And then it's repeatable too. Because
Once you get good at it,
and I say all the good things just lie.
yeah. Delayed gratification.
All the good things just lie in delayed gratification. Well, guys, this is the end of our podcast. It was great having you here. This has been Jamal and
Adrian.
right, and we hope that you continue justifying your existence. I hope you are ready to get more videos from us because we'll be continuing to discuss important topics. Isn't that right, Adrian?
Yeah, I hope so.
Hopefully we could make this bigger and better for you all, and we could create a community around this, and we could all try being better people, because that is the goal and that is how you justify your existence. Have a great day.